Hey folks, it's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also home of the best MJ community. Today is Tuesday. It's November 26th. Hope you're well. I'm still getting over a pretty big sickness. Throat's killing me today, so we'll get through it as best as I can. I wanted to come on. A lot of people were asking me to come on, do a video about Acreage. A lot of people, I want to, first, just thoughts go out to those that lost money on this. Yesterday was a rough day. It was down like 92%. So we'll discuss all of what happened there and Canopy growth. Also had a new CEO. Before we do, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell. You'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. And as always, this is not financial advice. You should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. This is for entertainment purposes only. Full disclosure, I do own Canopy, but I was lucky enough not to own Acreage. Unfortunately, dodged a bullet, but I don't know that many people that held Acreage shares, to be honest, but there definitely was, at least a half a dozen people that reached out yesterday saying that they had a pretty crummy day. So heart goes out to those that were affected by this. It hasn't been easy in the MJ industry. You can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. Handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. So we'll jump into the news with regards to the CEO, and then we'll do a little bit more time on Acreage. So Canopy Growth announced Mr. Luc Mongeau is the next company CEO. And we already knew that David Klein was stepping down. Essentially, he has 25 years CPG experience. He was already on the board, and he's going to remain on the board as CEO. And I didn't know any of the other companies, but he has expertise in marketing, sales, supply chains, operations, and mergers and acquisitions. And it makes a lot of sense because they're going through a lot of mergers and acquisitions right now with Acreage, Jetty, and Wana. And then you got to figure, you got to iron out the kinks after that. It's not just about getting it across the finish line. It's about making all of the businesses work together after the fact. But yeah, I never knew anything, any of these companies that he worked at before, but he provided strategic and operational leadership to a $3 billion North American organization with more than 3,000 employees. Sounds like he's definitely qualified. He's a pretty smart, sharp-looking dude. Bachelor of Science from Université de Sherbrooke and MBA from Ivy School of Business at Western University. He also completed executive education at Harvard Business School. And here's the man of the hour here. So I'm not going to go into this, but he talks about their future for growth and their brands. And then David Klein said it's been an honor to serve. We've shaped into a focused and financially disciplined organization primed for lasting success as the company enters this new phase. I am committed to work closely with Luke to support an efficient transition, and I'm confident in his ability to lead Canopy Growth forward to new successes. So this was the shout out to Dank Informer. It was actually down like 92%. It went down to half a penny. When it was just at like 17 cents, 20 cents not too long ago. So Acreage Holdings wiped out fixed shares. So as a result of the material impact of offering, it is anticipated that the current holders of fixed shares will receive zero value upon closing of the acquisitions. And there was some other news articles. This one from Green Market Report, Acreage revenue down 30% in last stretch before Canopy deal. So the market's just been extremely destroyed, right? And the signs were there. They even had some new debt. So Acreage got a new lender to pay off their old lender. And then, whenever a company gets acquired by another company, in this case, Canopy, it has to assume that debt, right? So if you have a company that has 20 million in debt and they're worth 20 million, essentially it's worth zero, right? And then as you can see here, Acreage anticipates, this came out yesterday, November 25th. So Acreage anticipates that Canopy USA LLC will complete its acquisition of Acreage pursuant to the acquisitions as defined below in mid-December 2024. So that's next month. And then here's the Canopy share price, US dollars. And then the fixed share exchange ratio. So you can see here, if Canopy was $5 and below, you'd get 0 shares in exchange for your Acreage shares. If it was $6, you get 0.00198. And if it was $7, you get 0.00683. So because Canopy will be below $5, it's essentially zero, right? So it's unfortunate. And then, to kind of, I'll explain it in a more simplistic way here in just a moment. But here's another article from the Green Market Report. Acreage says fixed shares were zero in Canopy USA deal. The company would need to see Canopy stocks rise above $5 for the fixed shareholders to receive any value. And essentially they wrote it down. So Acreage Holdings Fix shares will likely get nothing when Canopy Growth acquires the US MJ operator next month, a stark yet unsurprising reversal from the deal's multi-billion-dollar valuation half a decade ago. So they were saying, I think it was like $3 billion originally. In shout out to Jeremy Burke here. 2019, Canopy Growth said it would acquire Acreage in a deal that valued the company at over $3 billion. Just 5 years later, the deal is set to close, likely valuing Acreage at $0. And yeah, you can check this out, but this is a pretty good explanation of it as well. But as you can see, an absolute bloodbath from the high of yesterday to the low of the day, down 96%, essentially wiping out all value. And yeah, we were just at 17, 18 cents and essentially worthless. And so to kind of explain this to you in a very simplistic way. So when Canopy Growth was supposed to take over Acreage, people didn't know exactly what the fixed exchange ratio was going to be, right? So it had to do with, this table here, right? And what the price would be at the time of Acreage closing. And because of this news, lots of people wanted to sell, right? So it was essentially deemed that when the deal closes next month, they'll get nothing. So you'll get no shares in exchange for it, and Acreage won't be trading anymore. So the shares would just expire worthless, right? So when everyone runs to the exit and tries to sell all at the same time, this is what happens, right? It's just everybody's a mass exodus out of the stock, and people are just trying to sell it as fast as they can before it's worth absolutely, virtually nothing. And like I said, in one day, it went from being worth, 15 cents to being worth a half a penny. So essentially worthless, right? So unfortunately, it is what it is. It's just a lot of people didn't see, any chance or any reason or any chance of anything changing, right? And unless there's some sort of miracle, I can't see it anything changing. We still have tax law selling into the end of the year as well. Like I can't see anything changing with regards to Canopy share price getting it back $5. So if it's anywhere from $5 US and below, this is what you get. Essentially valuing it at nothing. And you have to remember too, like their debt, when a company acquires another company, they also acquire their debt. So it is what it is, but effectively Canopy Growth has written down the value of the shares. And yeah, it's just the sign of the times of how, brutal this industry has been over the last 4 years. Really, you could even say since 2018 when Canada legalized, right? Like it's, we had in 2021, we had a select few names that hit new all-time highs, but for the most part, a lot of people, they've been decimated, and, they've been waiting 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, it's been brutal. And I know it's long, and, we'd have Monday, we have the rescheduling hearing on December 2nd. It's just going to be the initial hearing. There's going to be another one toward the end of January or February, they believe. So that will be, more in and there's a lot of opposition, right? So I think it's probably going to start off bad, and then I think it'll get better in the new year. And like I said, tax loss selling, get that out of the way. Crypto, big tech, AI looks to be going on its final blow off top euphoric rally. And then, like I said, I think MJ is going to benefit similar to what happened in 2018. We have got RFK Jr. at the helm now of HHS, and he can appoint a new DEA administrator. So times are changing. We just have to be a little bit more patient. Unfortunately, it's looking like we could be seeing more downside though for the next couple of months as we see that tax loss harvesting. And like I said, MJ just not popular at the moment whatsoever. And it's just like the bad news keeps coming. Like yesterday, I don't think a lot of people saw that coming, but and especially if you bought Acreage and you're just waiting for the deal to go through, right? You're waiting for multiple years, and here you are, and it's worth zero, right? So yeah, unfortunately, like I said, thoughts go out to those that were affected by this. I don't know that many people that were holding Acreage, but like I said, there was about a half a dozen of you that reached out and said that you were pretty shooken up about this. So, my thoughts go out to you, and just remember that, anything can happen. And if you're investing, especially in, a high risk industry like MJ or crypto, you have to be prepared to lose it all. And, we can learn from this, right? We can be diversified, not just diversification within the MJ sector, but also outside of the MJ sector as well. But if you need to vent, if you have any questions, want me to clarify anything, drop a comment in the comment section below. We'll continue the conversation there. It's Rod with the Power Group. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth, and we'll catch you on the next one.